Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. It is Angela the Traveling Crafter, and today I am here with a scrap busting fun little activity for us to do. But before we get started, if you are new to the channel, I enjoy doing lots of paper crafting, DIY projects, and thrifting for vintage treasures. And if you're returning, thank you for joining me again and for all of your support. If you haven't, please make sure that you subscribe and like the video. And if you're so inclined, you can participate in our turning 3K on my birthday. And just so happens that when you're watching it is actually my birthday. So my best birthday gift would be for you guys to subscribe and play along in the quest for 3,000 subscribers, which is a reach, but we're going to try it out. So what have I got here? Well, quite a mess. I have next to me on my door handle, I have these things that my grandma and I made several years ago. It's just a basket or bag. It hangs over whatever, or it lays on your counter. Mine I have over my door right below me on my cabinets. And I cleaned it out. And I have been putting things back in it and making quite a mess. So we're going to work with these two piles today. I have this pile we'll work on. These are stamp pieces that I can stamp. This I'll probably make into maybe small tags, some belly bands, and then this we'll use for something else. But we're not going to worry about those today. I have a process that I use when I use all my scraps and clean everything out. But we're kind of bypassing that today because I was watching Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah, and she created something, and I was like, I did the, head thump. I was like, why did I not think of this? So let me explain. First of all, we're going to make clusters, and normally, so let's talk specifically when I travel. When I travel, you guys know I have two of these books. One is, things that I get out of magazines. One is for collage, or when I do my clusters and things like that. So normally what I would do when I'm on the road, like I leave the collage pages in there. But when I'm on the road, if I do a bunch of clusters, I'll do them, and I'll glue them on a page, and then they're not taking up space. When I come home, I then tear out that page, rip up all of my clusters, and put them in my little clusters little box that I have. Well, Tina said, oh no, contraire, mon frere. Instead, leave them there and use them as you need them. And I was like, well, that totally makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to show you what she did, and then I'm going to show you kind of my alteration, my adaptation, if you will. And if you want to know, I think others are probably jumping on this bandwagon because it's very smart. It was very creative of her to come up with. But if you search the hashtag cluster book, you'll find more videos, I'm sure, on other people using it, because that's the hashtag she was using. So what she did is she just took some, we're going to make that our top page. She just took some of her 12 by 12 sheets that she was not a big fan of, and she folded them in half, just like I'm doing right here. And that is exactly what I've got, or some that I probably will never use. And these are not cardstock. These are just papers. I do have one piece of cardstock. So then she just tucked them into each other. You can do, some of mine are one-sided, some are two. Most of them, I think, are one-sided. This one is cardstock. We'll use this for the cover. Now, she had more pages than this, but I'm just, for the sake of the example. Then she just sewed right down the middle, and she started creating her clusters right on here, which is what we're going to do in just a second. However, I have this huge, I don't know, must be 12 by 12 box, and it is full of coffee dyed paper book pages. It's just my all neutrals that I go to, and it was bursting at the seams. So I decided to go through it and pick out some things that were larger that I could utilize. So here's what I did, and what I think we can probably do, even though these aren't Oh, they fit perfectly in there. We'll just do it. I didn't sew these in, but we'll just put it all together. I did this just because it was a hard cover, and it was in my Do Something With This, Angela. So I did get all of these pages out of that scrap box, because a lot of times this is what I use when I make my clusters. These are my bases. And because they were larger, I thought, well, why not just stick things right on here, create my clusters, and then I can tear them off as I need them. Yes, there's lots of different things. There's book page. There's, this is some leftover from, you know, when I brush things off. There's piano roll. This is parchment paper that I had when I put in the oven. Here's some off stamping. A couple pages of patterns. Deli sheet. More piano roll, some music. This was my cleanup sheet that I had. This was a piece out of a linen, or, you know, like a drawer liner, and I had a chunk of it, so I just put that there. So all of these, we are just going to create clusters right on these with all of the stuff that I have over here, and maybe some of the things I have over here, but I need to move them so I can get to them. And then I'm just going to keep them in this folder. Now, hers became very pretty. Like it was pretty to look at, because she had, you know, she used these, she sewed them together. You could put this on a shelf and it would be all nice and pretty and neat. But mine is going to be a little more practical. Like I will probably use it for, I mean, it's not going to be pretty. It's just going to be. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. I think what I will do is, I don't know. I don't really have a plan. I do have out some, this what I found in my scrap thing, which I don't know. So it's some fabrics. But I thought what we would do is just kind of slap some things down here, work through some pages, and I'll show you what I'm going to kind of try to do. And then if you want, you can search that hashtag and check out Tina's video as well as some of the others. So I encourage you to do that. So I'm just going to pull some of these out. And I'm not thinking about this. This is not a thinking project. This is a put things down and roll with it. Now I am, if I can get this to work, I did kind of want to use my, I don't really like using my glue stick. So I was going to use, there we go. And I'm not going to really worry about where it's at. I'm just putting it on the paper. And I am kind of trying, because this is pretty busy. I'm just going to do a few, maybe on a couple different pages, just so we can see. So now this I'm doing on the pretty page. So, of course, I can't put anything on the back of that, right? So you've got to pick which side you want to put things on. Let's just do 3 on this top one. Let's see what else I can find. Do I have something? I'm looking. Oh, here's some neutral. And yes, I could, some of these, see, this is going to curl because it's vellum, but I could juice some of these up if I want. Then my dauber is really extremely juicy at the moment. All right, so I just stuck 3 little pieces down there. So the object is layer it up, layer it up, layer it up, and then when you're ready to use it, you go, oh, that will be perfect in there. And then you kind of tear around it, and you've got, it will look wonderful. Let's try it on this, because this is interesting, isn't it? Literally, I had that underneath something I was painting. So let's just put a couple on here. Oh, I like that side better. So thank you, Tina, for this idea. I really kind of feel stupid that I hadn't even thought about that, because here I was, I mean, making extra steps for myself. And one of the things that drives me crazy is searching through, especially like words, like when I fussy cut words out from a digital or something, and then I can't find what I want. and I'm searching through it. Well, it's kind of the same way with clusters. I find myself flipping through all of them when here I could be just flipping through a booklet. So I liked it a lot. Let's use a little bit of this yellow Kool-Aid dyed paper. And I don't like mine to be real. I like them to be abnormal. We're just going to put this one here. Okay, now for the sake of this particular one, let's build this up a little bit. Let's use some of these little scrappy doos. Let's see. What else do we have? That's got some writing on it. We can go there. I got something on there. Oh, what else do we have? I have some of this. Put that there. So they're all very different, but you know, she had made that. Well, I have to tell you, when I did watch this, it was, I wasn't really watching. I was mostly listening because I was in the car. And I oftentimes will turn on something to listen to and then just kind of go about, should we put a little bit of this in there? Go about driving, but hers were very, very pretty. So now let's just glue all these down. I'm going to use my book thingy. And I'm not doing these, I'm not gluing them flat down. I guess I could have, but I didn't. Oh. Dave is home. He ran to get an iced tea, and that means the dogs are gonna be all excited. I am filming this on Easter, so while today is my birthday, when you're watching this, it is actually Easter morning, and I am going to the acreage tomorrow. No, actually tonight, and so I wanted to get a bunch of video done before I left so I don't have to stress out about it. This might be too much. So then what you would do, you know, layer up your pieces. I feel like this one needs one more. No, this one looks cool on there though. I forgot to put the tool on there. Hang on, I'm going to get my Fabri-Tac out just in case we're going to be using Oops, I got that stuck on my finger. So I hope you had a happy Easter if you celebrate that holiday. It was full of lots of fun. What did I do with the piece of tool? Do you guys see it? I see that I dripped a little bit of glue. So anyway, she decorated these up and then, you know, kept building, and then she put like the focal points on there as well. So I don't know if we'll get to the focal points and being able to decorate them in this session, but we can certainly try. Actually, I have an unboxing to do. Maybe I'll do that next. And then maybe some of those items from the unboxing we can use. Now, I got that a little close to there, but that's okay. Let's go back to this one and add some goodness to these. I'm going to use this. This was in there too. I don't know. I don't know where it came from. It's weird that it would be in my scrap thing, but it was. Let's just use a little bit of this on each one of these. This tends to curl because, you know, it's intended for your dresser. That really doesn't look that great with that background, really, but we're using it. I said I wasn't going to think about it. Here I am thinking about it. And when I put these together, the pages weren't really, you know, they're not even, or I want to make this one kind of neutral. So I'm just looking for some neutral. There's this little map. Here's some of this over here. Let's do some of that. I have a piece of this, I think, somewhere in my... Maybe that and that. I'm not sure why I'm gluing this at the moment, but I am. Let's get you on there. Zhuzh, zhuzh. How did I get this glue all over? My goodness. Jeez, Ange. All right, we need something else here. Let's see. Maybe some pink. I got some pink. My old standby pink recipe book. Potato casserole. Let's do that. I'll give it a little. See how juicy that is? I put re-inker right on it, so that's why it gets like that. My fault. Now, this one's ready for a center or a focal point. And this one will be as well. I probably should have waited to put the... I didn't use Fabri-Tac on that. Oops. I feel like that needs something. Maybe a little lace. Do I have anything laying here that's purple? Here. Here's a piece. Let's put that underneath there. So yeah, this is pretty amazing. Life-changing. I'm gonna hold that down for a seckie. There we go. Okay, so now those are all ready for a focal point. Cute. You guys picking up what I'm putting down here? Now, normally I would fill up the whole page and then, but this is, like I've said before, a great traveling craft is doing your clusters. But what a great way to do it. Maybe create one of these, whether it be with your, like Tina did with the unwanted scrapbook paper, or with, like I did with these. Doesn't really matter. You just do whatever you want. So I don't want to use this, but I do want to use this. So now I'm going to create on this side. Let's see what I've got over here, because I have some, look at that. I have this old paper. So let's do some of that. And we're going to make these a little bit, I think I'll make them a little bit bigger. Yeah, I'll just kind of go like that. And maybe we'll add, I've got this laying there, so we'll just put some of that on there. Split it up between the three. What else do I have? Let's see, we need a kind of a different color to it. Let's do this. Oops. All right, let's get those all down. And then we'll do something else. But look how fast these go. Well, when I make clusters, I make quick time of it. Because like I said, I try not to think too much about what I'm doing. I just want to get them onto the page. I don't necessarily care at this point if they're really stuck down, because when I pull them off, I may want to tuck something else in there, so I kind of loosely just get them ready. Okay, so there's 3 of those ready on that page. Hang on. Just want to make sure I'm not gluing things to each other. Okay, so we've got those 3. Let's try this. This one won't matter, really. But I think it'd be easier on this side because that lays a little flatter. We could do both of these. Let me see. I've got so many things here. And I know some of Tina's were really big. Like she had some really, I mean, they were cute like that. I'm just going to go across here. If I see something I like, I'll just add it. Maybe we'll do that one a little bit bigger. Yeah. And heck, we might as well do another one a little bit bigger. And maybe another one a little bit bigger. This is one of those things you can just do like sitting around when you're by the TV. You don't really have to worry much about it. You don't have to think. It's just kind of nice. Why not? Some green in there. Now, you could cut these out too. Like, you could cut them, but I usually, well, when I would bring these home and put them in my cluster box, I would just rip them out and put them in there. She seems like she's up to no good. And the cool part is that you can then, you know, you could use them either way. They'll go great on all sorts of things. Let's see. I'm trying to find some more. I know I have, oh, here's some. We need to pull this stuff that's down here to the top. And you don't have to. Here's some of my quilt pieces. These are kind of a little more subdued, so let's maybe add that. And there, this one's kind of pretty. Well, we can put it on top of that. There we go. What else do I have? We could put, this one as a big cluster. And we could do the same thing with this. All right. There we're using up some big chunks. That makes me happy. So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We got some of this we can add here. What else do we have? Oh, here, we got this. We might as well use somewhere. There we go. That's that little tiny chunk. Here we got some more potato casserole. Too much, too much. I'll go there. What else do I have over here? Ooh, will this go anywhere? Kind of looks cool there. Let's put it underneath. Okie dokie. Do I have anything with purple? I do. See, I have this. Let's take a chunk of that. And put it right there. YouTube, please stop. Leave her alone. Thank you. Oh, here we have some vellum too. This got messed up in my printer. It's really bad. Ruby, leave her alone. Let's see what else we have. Oh, I have some Braille. Can we use a little bit of that somewhere? I like the texture of that. Let's do that one. And we'll stick a little bit out of there. Okay. What else do I have? I have this piece of pumpkin. Vintage fabric. I just need to use it somewhere. I think I'm just going to put it there. Why not? Or maybe, let's do it here. There we go. What else do I have? Why am I singing? How about some music? Music. Let's see. We got in 26 minutes. We've done a lot of clusters. Oops. Let's use some more of this. Because I got it out. Oh my gosh, she's up and down and up and down and up and down. All right. This one needs some more. These, I think, and this one. So those two need something. Use this. So what kind of projects are you guys working on? I mean, and did you do anything exciting for Easter? We are going to my sister's, and yesterday I went and picked up my Grandma Mo, which was exciting because she has not been to visit in a very long time, since way before COVID. And so it was just a pleasant surprise that she wanted to come and join us. So she has a birthday in April as well. So we're going to celebrate her as well as Easter. So I'm excited. So I needed to get a couple videos done, and then I need to go get myself together. This needs something. What is it? What does it need? Well, here, I got this scrap of... Well, maybe we'll just leave it, and that we'll just use that as our centerpiece. Okay, that's what we're doing. All right, let's glue. I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac because I need it for that, and why not? And I'm not being real particular about where this lands. A lot of times I'll just do this. Glue. Next layer glue. Next layer glue. Same. This one I need to do a little extra on. Maybe I'll do a little bit over here and right there. Done. Just saves a lot of time. And plus, I don't have to worry about my placement. I know where I want it, and that's where I like it, and that's where it's staying. There we go. Little there. And there. Now this one I have to smush. Here we go. Very quick, very quick. Because truly, if you're not thinking about it, then you just kind of have to roll with it. And sticking things down, like you're committed now, right? I mean, you could pull it up, but I like that I've got some bigger ones because I usually go pretty small or like really big. So I like that I have some big, but not huge pieces. Slap her down. Let's start at the top though. And then I just do that. And there. And there. Smush it. Luckily, my Fabri-Tac comes out pretty quick. Sorry, I know I'm a little bit out of camera, but these pages are pretty tall. Actually, I think they're 11 by 8. If I'm not mistaken. I did measure when I put them, well, approximately. I mean, I think the biggest one is 11 by 8. This is cardstock, so I am going to put that down a little bit more secure. All right, so here we go. See how I'm doing that? Just literally sticking some underneath there, putting it on here. Then I'll come back and get the edges. And this one, I think I'll do like this. Make that. That'll make a small little belly band too. Here we go. You're making fast time of it. Let's just see for the sake of this. I think we'll just make a couple more. And then I'll come back and maybe we can decorate some of these. If we got time. That went upside down, which is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so now we have, how many do we have? So there's 10 on these 2 pages. 13. 16. We have 19 that we just whipped up that quickly. And I probably could have gone a lot faster had I not been chatting. So you guys will probably make quicker time of it than I am. That white's pretty white. Okay, we got to dig underneath here. What else? We got more stuff. I'm bringing some of the stuff from the bottom to the top. There we go. I really like these. Here, look at this. I'm just putting these right on top of each other like that. I don't think I like it on this page, though, so. But I do like it. Oh, here's one. These are from when we made envelopes. Yep. Let's go there. Ooh, look at that. Not there. That. I think those 3 are okay. Here. Let's do one of these. Tell you how we can make that better. We'll just cut it down a little bit. There we go. Because I want this up a little bit so we can see some of it. Or maybe I want it down. There we go. We'll do it farther down. Let's see. Do I have some? Here's some blue. There we go. I think a little piece of lace on that would be cute. Maybe we'll just make it that simple. How about we use the rest of this lace up on these? Okay. here we go. Let's glue these down and we'll call this a video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you try it. Like I said, normally I have a process that I use when I go through my scraps, and I always start with the largest projects. So, you know, whether that means cutting them down or making them into journal cards or whatever. And then I just keep working down smaller in my pieces until I get to, because a lot of times when you're working with the larger pieces, you're then building more smaller pieces in your stash. So by the time I get to this, I have a lot of lots of scraps. Lots and lots of scraps. But we're doing it opposite today, which is, you know, no big deal. There we go. And this is something I can do like when I'm driving, or not when I'm driving, but when I'm riding in the car with Dave. Here we go. All right. So we just did a really fine job and made some very quick time of it. Now, I still have tons and tons of scraps. So, you know, I have, let's see, how many more pages to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 pages left that I can fill up. And really, it doesn't look like it's going to be taking up, well, plus I've got all these, don't I? So I've got a lot in this little file folder, and I can just stick it in my, well, I need to stick it somewhere where it's going to be handy. I don't know where that's going to be, but we will figure it out. All right, friends. Well, join me next time. We will be doing some decorating in one of these episodes and making them pretty with lots of goodness. And I think what I'll do is this stuff I'll just put in one of my bags, and I'll take this with me. Maybe I will take this with me to the acreage and we can work on it there. I don't know how much I have for embellishments, but maybe that's what we'll do. All right, friends. Well, until then, I hope you have a lovely rest of the day and week. And remember to take time to just be, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.